what's in the air in your home. Smoke, dust, dander, pollen. Can you already see the pollen at your house? It's wild, right? Hair, mold, spores, my friends, dust mites. If I gave you something that could eliminate, we're doing 99.97% of those things gone, that means it's not irritating me, it's not causing me to be sick or cough or any of those things. It's not a medical claim. If the pollen's not there, it's not irritating me, right? Look at how beautiful it would be, maybe in your bedroom, maybe in your living room, in different places. There are a couple things when it comes to air purification systems. This is like a master class of air purification. What you want is a full system. If you're looking at air purifiers and it just has one layer, it's not really doing anything. We have 2 layers here. You're getting the coconut carbon. I always call that the bouncer. It's getting the big particles out of there. And then we have True HEPA. True HEPA. Don't get HEPA light, HEPA tech, HEPA's neighbor, HEPA's ex-boyfriend. We want the big, great one. But you normally are like, Tina, I know that. I know the True HEPA is the one that I want, but those filters can be expensive. The one from LivePure, our best value of the day, you never have to buy any filters. These are actually filters you can clean at home. You vacuum it up, you take it outside. No more filters to buy, and this one is gonna be able to do a big area, Vonabelle Sherman. Yeah. So if you have an open concept, if you even put it in a smaller room, now we're gonna move and clean the air more often. So if you think, how many of these air purifiers do I have to buy to cover my whole home? Yeah. Now we're multi-room. This will sense how dirty your air is on its own. So I don't have to go higher, lower, this way. Vonabelle's gonna show us this great thing that it does. We have great colors. It's $400, well worth it with all the technology. You never have to buy a filter. Best value of the day, $200 off. We're gonna ship it to you for free. I'll let you do it on a flex pay, which means it's $20. We're already cleaning the air.
Nice.
I love that. Black, always a great fan favorite. Popular was the taupe from last night, even our last presentation. Next to that is that new denim blue. Use this as your pop of color in the home or in a room. Graphite above that, also very popular from last presentation. White at the end. And then we have it in that gorgeous sage. Comes with a remote. You can change it from across the room.
I like that.
But Vonabelle, I always try to think of things backwards when we do a presentation. I think, what is someone thinking as to why they're not buying this? And I try to get all of those answers kind of like, this is your speed bump, let me get over it. I think this really does it all.
Yeah, I do. I like the features of this because very often you think, okay, I want an air purifier for my bedroom. But if you get one that's just for the bedroom, in square footage for the unit, it can only do the size of that bedroom.
Right.
But today with this unit, we can do a small room, we can do a medium room, or we could do a full up to 2,000 square feet, which means if you have an open concept and you want to take care of your kitchen and the living room and the dining room, usually that's what's in the open concept, you can do that. So that's why this is the better value, because if you think about it, if you buy a small one for just one room, I would say it'd be about $140. So for just a little more, you are gonna get a bigger bang for your buck. We call this one our Mac Daddy because it does up to 2,000 square feet. So this is the one that you don't have to overthink it. Many times when I'm presenting air purifiers, I know you're like, well, tell me what it does because, oh, maybe it's good for my daughter's room or the playroom or my son's room. You don't even have to consider that with this because we're gonna do up to 2,000 square feet. And if you need it in that smaller bedroom, yes. If you need it in the medium, yes. If you need it in the large, yes. And then you could put it in that big open square plan. These have great colors, and here's something LivePure added. So this green light on top is a sensor. It will tell you if maybe you opened the door and a whole lot of pollen just came in, or you burnt the toast and now we need to get that smell out. That's called a VOC, volatile organic compound. So let me give you a little example. So stay there. So it's green. So green means it's steady, it's cleaning the air, it does not sense a heavy amount of anything in particular. But I'm gonna introduce a little VOC into this, and it's going to take it in, and look, it changed to red. It recognized that, oh my gosh, some extra pollen came in. It is allergy season. You burnt the toast. I smell broccoli. I smell salmon. So what it's doing is taking that extra amount of scent, VOC, and it's processing it through, First, a layer of cocoa carbon. Of the pre-filters, of the good, better, best, cocoa carbon is the best. It's got micropores that grab onto all of the allergens that you want, but the bigger ones. And then the cocoa carbon protects the True HEPA so it can do its job, and its job is actually the big allergens. It means it needs to get for you the mold spores and the dust mites, and you know, when it is that allergy season. So there's tree, grass, weed, pollen, all of those. Well, we're in March, so heavy now is tree and pollen. If last year you thought, I can't go through another season like this, I need to get an air purifier, today is your day, because this unit has a permanent True HEPA. So if what held you back from getting a great air purifier like this, oh, look, it's going down. So you saw it went to red, it just went back to green. What that's telling you is we just processed everything that spiked, okay? So it's green when it's neutral, then the blue says, oh my gosh, something was introduced, orange means it's heavier, and then red means, well, I really need to step up. And what happens is the machine actually kicks into higher gear. You don't have to think about it, the machine will automatically do it by itself. So when you look at a big filter like this is super important. So this is no money pit. This is a forever filter, meaning when that light on the unit comes on, it's not a, oh my gosh, panic, I didn't budget $60, $70, $80 for a new filter. No, 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 you're always just gonna vacuum these clean. This is your cocoa carbon, this is your True HEPA, and let me show you what it might look like right behind me when you want to vacuum. Now there is a light that comes on, but if you have pets, cat, dog, I want you to do it a little bit sooner because you will see that cat and dog hair there. So, and you want to remove that so that it can continue to function really well. So when I say it's a forever filter, no money pit, if what held you back from getting an air purifier was the ongoing money pit, today we're solving that. So this is one of our exact filters, and this is just a Bissell handheld that we happen to have. I want to show you what this might look like. Look at that. So this is the pre-filter, so it's getting the bigger particles. Now another thing you might want to do is just use your regular upholstery tool. This is just one I have. Every vacuum comes with an upholstery tool. And if that were the case, you would be taking your vacuum and going ahead and vacuuming it with your upholstery tool. So that's a great option as well. If you happen to have the little handheld vac, that makes it easy. Again, if you have cats and dogs, I want you to do it a little sooner because in your home, no smell is the best smell. You do not want friends walking in and going, oh, I didn't know you had a cat. Oh, and a dog. You don't want that. You want to have no smell. And here's what a lot of people do. They get the smell and they run for a candle or a spray. And there you see the cute little dogs. Listen, we love our pets. They're like our children. If you have a smelly house, people might think, oh, well, you need to get rid of that dog. Like, no, that's like getting rid of a child. No. And there's a kitty.
Kitty litter.
So yeah, and so we can absorb that as well. It's really important to have an air purifier. I always say it's like an act of love for your family. You wash your dishes, you wash the laundry, you need to scrub the air. And I use the word scrub because this air purifier will actually scrub your air clean. Now, a lot of people go ahead and grab these. Believe it or not, these are called VOCs, volatile organic compounds. They're chemicals. The exact same thing an air purifier is taking out of the air. Also, these only cover up. They do not remove and actually scrub the air clean. Tina was talking about in the last presentation that she has her house up for sale in preparation to go to PA, to Pennsylvania. And many people, when I've gone to see houses and I smell these candles or sprays, I'm like, okay, what are you trying to cover up? But tell us your success story.
Well, we were putting our house on the market, and I have a 150-pound Mastiff.
That is huge.
Okay, Connie Corso, big dog, bigger than me, right? So when the realtor came over, we're talking about putting the house on the market, he was like, I can tell a dog lives here. Like, no matter what I do, he could get a bath every day, we can clean his bedding. A dog still lives there, and he's humongous. He was like, let's, figure out where nobody can tell any pet lives here. I didn't think candles, scents, any of that. I said, air purifier. We're gonna crank these air purifiers up. We eliminated the odor. We didn't mix it with a scent. So it's like dog and lavender or dog and a different scent, right? He came back, he said, it's the cleanest, like it feels and clean in the air. And I said, air purifiers, like you should tell all your clients, that's like such a perfect way to do it. People come in, they look at my home. Nobody even knows a dog is there. I always come walking back up with the dog and they're like, that's a big dog. I'm like, I know, he's a big dog. He lives here. But eliminate, 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 eliminate. I always say that the test of what's in your air inside your home is up to 5 times dirtier than outside. That's where that phrase, step outside for fresh air, comes from, right? Because you're not only trapping all of the things that's out in the air, but you're adding additional things inside your house, and then they have nowhere to go. I say, go, Vonabelle, you have one over there. Go to your TV, go to a fan, go to something where things collect on there and run your finger on it. If what is on your finger you wouldn't digest, you wouldn't lick your finger after that with all the dust and the things on there, that is equating to what we put in our body by breathing. Let's take it away. Yeah. I cannot legally come out here and say anything about medical claims, but I can tell you if 99.9% of the pollen is gone, that's 99.97% of the pollen that's not bugging you, the dust that's not bugging you, that's not irritating you. It's just 2 + 2 = 4, right? I don't have to have any legal person to tell me if it's not there, can't bug you. Right. We do smoke because one, it's visual, and two, it's one of the hardest things to scrub out of the air.
I just turned it on, and that's right. Smoke is the hardest to remove, so that's why we use it. And I want you to watch the spinning here. The reason we do this is because I want to show you that this unit moves the air to clean the air. To clean the air, you have to move the air, especially when I tell you that this unit doesn't just do a small room, a medium room, or up to 2,000 square feet. If I tell you that, I have to get the air from that corner, and that corner, and that corner, and that corner, right? And so this is moving the air. That's why Tina is having such a great result in her house, even though she has a 150-pound dog, because the air purifier sends it through 2 layers of filtration. First cocoa carbon, and then through the True HEPA. Also, LivePure makes a sealed gasket. I'm gonna borrow this off of here, because I wanna show you this. This is cool because it may be something you didn't think of, and also some people buy an air purifier, and they're like, well, that was a waste, it's not working. You know why? Because you need to open the unit and make sure it has a rubberized gasket, okay? Because if it's like a paper or the cardboard, like the ones you put in your, ceiling, that's your house filters, okay? So if there's gaps, the air can bypass the filter and come out dirty, and then you don't feel better. LivePure gave you a sealed gasket. So the air that's coming in is forced through first the cocoa carbon, and then the True HEPA. So that's how you get the very best result. So we're removing 99.97% of all of the particles in the air. And those are the things that are bothering you that you can't see because it's down to 0.3 microns. So if you go, oh, my eyes are itchy and I need a drink of water in the middle of the night, I just don't feel good. I feel nasally, like I sound today. And you go, maybe I need an air purifier, but is it working? Let me show you. So if we're capturing 99.97% of everything that's in the air, and we're exchanging that air in a smaller room 22 times every hour. If you take it up to the 2,000 square feet, we're gonna scrub it 33 times a day. Now, when you get the box, you will see it says 550 square feet plus. Why? There's an outside agency called AHAM. AHAM oversees all air purifier companies, not just LivePure, and they have a baseline, like, okay, what's the air exchange if it's 4.8 times per hour exchange, and that's where you get the 550. And then you're going to, depending on where you take it up bigger, you're gonna get 2 times every hour, 3 times every hour, 4 times every hour. But this one is capable of going up to that 2,000, and then we're gonna do it 33 times a day scrubbing. Take a look at this image. Is there something that rings true to you? Is there a size on that room you go, oh yeah, that's my size room. I can scrub my air clean so that my daughter who's suffering with allergies feels better, or my son or yourself? Okay, 10 by 12 is 22 times an hour scrubbing that air clean. 15 by 20 size room, 9 times an hour. 25 by 30, 4 times an hour. And now let's take it up to its fullest potential of 2,000 square feet. Then we're going to do it almost 33 times a day, exchange that air, clean it, and I use that word scrub because when you want to remove those allergens, when I say we're removing that 99.97 of all the particles, it takes a scrub. And that's why I like to show you the smoke chamber as well. Now, another great visual for you, I have this ball next to me. Because when you think of 0.3, you're like, I don't feel good, my eyes are itchy, I need a drink of water all the time, my throat is scratchy, but I don't see anything. Well, usually only unless you stand in the sunlight coming through the window, then you see, like, wow, there's really a lot of particles in the air. Let's pretend this big ball, okay, is one single strand of hair. Like, just pull out one of my little gray hairs. One single strand of hair. That's the 80 to 100 microns. Now let's take this bead and put it in front of what would be a single strand of hair. That would be 0.3 microns. So if you think of how thin, small, virtually invisible piece of hair, then it helps you see that that bead that is those little allergens, and you know, sometimes we say small but mighty. In this case, it's small but detrimental as far as those allergens. So 80 to 100 microns is that piece, one single strand of hair, not your whole head, one single. And then going down from that pollen, and we're in pollen season, so if you're suffering, you need an air purifier. There's just no doubt about it. Then we go to household dust, pet dander, which Tina sees a lot from her little baby, big dog, 150 pounds. And then we go down to 0.3 smoke, and that's smoke. Now here's an interesting thing, right? We smell smoke before we see it, right? Because those particles meet our nasal passages and you are sensitized to it. Now another great thing is, I'm gonna step over here, is that when we are using an air purifier, we're capturing dust as well, and lots of people have dust allergies as well. What does that mean? So on your furniture, on your TV, all of those things, you're going to have less of this, okay? Less dust means less work for you, and since we're collecting it in the air purifier, you feel better, but your furniture looks better as well. So when you think about all of those things, there's no reason not to get an air purifier because it is an act of love for your family. You wash the dishes, you wash the clothes. We make the best environment for our family. Getting an air purifier is just another great way. But here's the difference. Forever Filter means this is not a money pit. If what held you back from getting an air purifier is that ongoing monthly cost, there is none with this unit. Other brands, yes, but LivePure, no. You simply vacuum it clean. It's meant for the life of the unit. Life of the unit, they say, is about 12 years. Not because it goes bad, but in 12 years, there'll be new technology, right? It'll be different. But imagine owning an air purifier for all that time and not having to get another huge True HEPA filter that could be $60, $70. So you don't have to budget for that. You don't have to think about it. When the light goes on this unit, that little light, it's a reminder to vacuum, not a reminder to go, oh, I didn't budget for it. It's a new filter. What size is it? Where do I get one? No, this is LivePure. And here's a nice thing. LivePure has USA-based customer service. They answer that phone call in America, answered by an American, and people really appreciate that. Tina, I know you'll want to show us these colors, and I love that taupe. I'm so glad you said it's one of the best sellers.
Yes.
When we launched that color 3 years ago, I was like, okay, that's my favorite. It's just so soft.
Yeah.
They executed the taupe really well.
Yeah.
It's very eye appealing and yet blends into your home.
Yes. Launch, it was the most popular. Our last presentation, it was the most popular. This presentation, it's the most popular.
Nice.
So if you want the taupe, as the day goes on, you will see Vonabelle. She'll do more presentations. It is our today special. This is the most popular color. So if this is the one that you want, don't wait for the day to go on. I want you to get the one that goes with your aesthetic. Black is right above that. So taupe and black. Graphite, also very popular. In my home, the graphite is the one that would go in my aesthetic. That's the one that we would get. The denim is this beautiful blue down there. Now think, my walls aren't blue. Exactly. Use this as an accent color. Use this as a color that kind of is, you know, like a little pop. Next to that is the sage, which is very like calming, that beautiful sage green. If you cannot pick a color, you're not really sure, always go with the white. It's crisp, it's clean, it comes with a remote, and this is what I will tell you. Whether you have no air purification system, you've been thinking about it, you know that would probably benefit you and you haven't kind of pulled the trigger on getting one yet, get the one today. exclusive, the only air purifier today special from LivePure for all of 2025. You don't have to add any more money to this. It's True HEPA filtration system, and no matter what size you've got going on in your house, this is gonna work for you. And listen, I'm gonna be completely honest, when we start talking about square footage, I don't know what that looks like. If you told me 200
Right.
square feet, I was like, I don't know, is that a lot? Is that a little? I don't know, just give me the one that does all of it, right? We're gonna do a $400 air purification system for your whole home and take it half off. It's $200 off. Free ship to you, or if you want to ship it direct to your grandmother, your niece, your nephew, you could do that also. You can also break this down to flex pay. I like a flex pay because it's a low risk. What does that end up being? Like $40, and put it in your home for 30 days. See if it doesn't smell better, you don't feel better, you don't notice less dust in the air, and if not, send it back, no problem, right? But you have to be able to get it home to see what it does. You know, we always use the analogy, Vonabelle, you scrub your floors, you have water purification systems, we do all these things now that we know better, do better. The air is no different. If anything, you know, I half joked at the beginning. I said, who is this today's special for? And I go, do you breathe? Literally, this would benefit everybody.
It does, yeah, because it helps everybody. It cleans the air. And we have to be aware of what we're breathing, because sometimes we don't feel well and we don't know why.
Yeah.
But listen, Grandpa might live with you and he smokes, and you need a way to handle that smoke. Maybe you do burn things a lot. Maybe you do have those seasonal allergies. So you open the front door and the pollen comes in, the grass, weed, trees. Those are the things that really zap those of you who have allergies. But a lot of people are allergic to dust itself. So this is a great way to collect that dust. Now, this is a great little word picture, and Tina was touching on this. If we went to a restaurant and they gave us this water, you'd be like, oh yeah, I'll drink that. Thank you, I appreciate it. But if they brought water that had all of these particles in it, that, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm sure you didn't mean to give me this water with all these particles in it. Well, we have to make the air we breathe the same standard as the water we drink. So you don't accept particles in here, I wouldn't drink that. So we want to also take those particles out of the air so we breathe better, we sleep better. Doctors say the first room to consider for an air purifier is the room you sleep in. But what's nice about this one is it doesn't have to be just the room you sleep in, because in the room you sleep in, those generally have a small to medium size. But this one, you can put it in the small space, you could put it in the medium space, you could put it in a big space. This is, we call the Big Mac Daddy, because it has wide uses. And then last year we added this sensor. And it's a great comfort feature. Like when I use mine and I see that it changes color, I know, oh my gosh, the machine just did the work for me. It already knew that I burnt the toast and I need to turn it on. It already knows that I left the door open and allergens came in. And let me show you. So this is the sensor. It automatically senses, and then it speeds up the machine so you can get rid of that really more fast and efficient. Okay, I'm gonna introduce a VOC into the intake, and it's going to take it into the 2 layers. Look, immediately it went red. It sensed a VOC, volatile organic compound. Those are all the smelly things. And it's processing it through 2 layers of filtration. First, cocoa carbon. Of the pre-filters, cocoa carbon's the best. It has small micropores that really captures all the small particles and the VOCs. And then it sends it into the True HEPA. This is a huge size True HEPA, meaning it can do a bigger amount of allergens with ease. And then as it filters that, then it begins to come down in color. And here you're seeing, there's the cocoa carbon. So as I said, of good, better, best, and there's your True HEPA. Also, it's a super attractive machine. So as it filters that air for you, it becomes some of your decor. Then down here, you can see this is our accent light, and you can leave that on or not leave that on. So this has a lot of great features, including a remote. So if you go get in your little lazy boy chair and you're like, oh, I want to put that on turbo. And by the way, low, medium, high, and turbo. Most companies do not give turbo. Turbo's meant for when you do burn the toast or the dog is extra smelly. Just turn it on turbo. It's a little louder, but it's doing its purpose. So it's a great purchase, and it's an act of love for your family, and you will never buy another filter. There is no money pit with this today. So if that's what you were thinking, I just want to remind you, this unit, you do not have to buy a filter.
grab the Today Special while we have all the colors, the prices there. Again, the last and only Today Special we're doing with LivePure and an air purification system, 855-112. The only thing that this doesn't do